What up everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm CliffRacer666. Happy New Year's. I hope everybody had a good Christmas and a good New Year. I've been playing a lot of video games as always, and so today we're going to talk about 3 of the games that I've been playing over the last couple months. And the first game that we're going to talk about is Hypnospace Outlaw. So Hypnospace Outlaw is a point-and-click adventure game that takes place in 1999, where you play as a content moderator for an early social media service with sort of a science fiction spin on it. You go around, and it's kind of like GeoCities, if anybody remembers GeoCities. You go around to people's, different users' pages, and you check their stuff out and make sure that they're not breaking the rules. And if they break the rules, you basically snitch them out. As you complete the objectives in the game, the storyline moves along.
Zones. Places for people to feel the same.
If you were a person who used the internet at other people's houses, or you remember what the internet was like in 1999 or the year 2000, this is a game that you will get a few laughs out of, because I think that the the web 1.0 aesthetic of this game is pretty much spot on. The way that the pages are formatted and some of the user errors and stuff that you see in the game, there's some really excellent work that they've done to simulate what some of these user-created pages were actually like back then. So that's one thing I really like. And another thing I really like about the game is the soundtrack. They managed to fabricate a few fictional artists and genres for this game, and I think that the way that the music comes together fits very well with the Y2K aesthetic of the game. I think this game possibly punches up a little bit with the story. Like they tried to have sort of a more ambitious story than it needed to have, and I think that in the end that the story is sort of forgettable for that reason. And I think that the true thing that's great about the game is the actual content of the individual user pages themselves. And the story, the main story of the game, is sort of like a background piece for the cool stuff that you actually get to look at while you're playing the game. So I think that overall the game is really good, but I'm glad it wasn't more than $15. I got my enjoyment out of it. Now I'm moving on. So the next game I want to talk about is one of my favorite Sega Genesis games, and it's a game that I actually had when I was a kid. Although I wasn't nearly good enough to get to the end of the game when I was a kid, I've actually beaten it a couple times now as an adult. And that game is right behind me. It's Rocket Knight Adventures, and this is an excellent Konami platformer where you play as a possum, which is an animal I hate, but it's a game that I love because the mechanics are very icy. I'm going to say they're almost perfect in that the control feels very accurate, and it feels like you never are like, oh god dude, I got stuck and the game wouldn't let me move, or the game wouldn't let me jump, I was at the edge of a platform and I couldn't jump. You never have that excuse in this game because it feels so good while you're playing it. And I love the detail that Konami went into when they were designing this game. I think that overall the level design is very well done. The levels contain lots of hidden one-ups and lots of hidden little tricks and secrets that you can do to get through them faster. Most of the bosses have weak spots that you can just beat them up. You can take them down. So I think that this game is very difficult. The less that you've played this game, the more difficult it is. I mean, that's obvious. Most games you practice and you get better. But I think in Rocket Knight Adventures, if you really practice, you can freaking nail this game. And this game has very hard modes and like crazy devil mode or whatever. I don't think I can beat the regular mode in this game, but I can't even put in the code to unlock the level select. So I don't think I'd be able to even get very far. The last one I'm going to talk about for today's video is Super Mario RPG, and that's for the Super Nintendo, obviously. Now, here's my copy of it. I actually saw this game and played it as a kid. I never owned it. I thought it was really cool. But this specific copy of it was given to me in high school by one of my very good friends, and I still hang out with him today. So, what up, dude? How you doing? You know, if you're watching, you know. This copy has been played and beat. This specific copy has been played and beat by almost all of my friends, my very close friends, and my older brother. So, everyone I know really enjoys this game. I think it's a really awesome game. I think that the music stands out. I think that the music is great. Yoko Shimomura did an excellent job with the soundtrack for this game. I think that the map design is cool. I mean, you never really get to see a lot of the places from this game again. I mean, Nimbus Land, you never see any of the Nimbus people again. You never see Geno again. There are a lot of characters and places from this game that are just gone now. It's an awesome game. It's one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. It's one of my favorite games of all time, frankly. So. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.